The room was alive with anticipation. Cameras flashed in rapid succession, journalists leaned forward in their seats, and the low murmur of speculation filled the air. At the center of it all stood Enzo Maresca, his expression calm yet brimming with the quiet confidence of a man who knew he had just strengthened his squad in a way that could change everything. Beside him, clad in sharp suits but soon to be draped in the red of Manchester United, stood the two men the world had been waiting to see. One, a towering presence with the air of a predator, his sharp eyes scanning the room like a striker who had already spotted his next goal. The other, lean and electric, his fingers drumming lightly against the podium as if itching to break into a sprint down the right flank. Maresca turned to the first. "This is a player who thrives on pressure," he said, the words measured but heavy with belief. "He scores when it matters. He lives for moments others fear. And now, he's here to do it in front of the Stratford end." The striker gave a small nod, his jaw tightening as though already picturing the roar of Old Trafford, the weight of expectation settling onto his shoulders like an old companion. He had been sought after by Europe's finest, courted with promises of silverware and superstardom, but he had chosen this club. The challenge, the history, the unrelenting demand for greatness, this was where he belonged. Then came the winger. Younger, but no less certain. There was a spark in his eyes, the kind that spoke of arrogance in the best possible way, the arrogance of a player who had never met a fullback he couldn't beat, never seen a defender he couldn't humiliate. "He brings something special," Maresca continued, the corners of his mouth curling slightly. "He plays without fear. He doesn't just attack defenders, he destroys them." A smirk flickered across the winger's face. He had made a name for himself with his audacity, a refusal to conform to the predictable. He had spent his life turning the impossible into the routine, and now, he was ready to do it on the biggest stage of all. The shirts were lifted, bold red, shining under the spotlight. Names were etched on the back, numbers chosen, legacies waiting to be written. Outside, the chants had already begun. The streets of Manchester hummed with excitement, voices rising in unison, calling out the names of the men who would carry their hopes into battle. A new season loomed on the horizon, and with it, the promise of something different. Something thrilling. Maresca looked at his new signings one last time, a silent understanding passing between them. This was their moment. Their beginning. The Premier League had been warned. Manchester United was coming.